guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing this makeup tutorial using the new Morphe 35F palette and some Jeffree Star highlighters and a Jeffree Star lipstick. I don't know if the Morphe palette is out yet, but when it does come out, come back to this video. I got you, girl. I got you. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I achieved this look, right here, keep on watching. That was really weird. Okay, just watch the video. So we're going to go ahead and start off with eye cream. I'm using the Benefit It's Potent, and this is just going to help prep my eye area and just give it a little bit more hydration. And then we're going to go in with eyeshadow primer. I'm using the LA Girl Nude eyeshadow primer and just applying it and then blending it in. And then I'm going to go in with the Morphe 35F palette. It's such a pretty palette. It's all shimmers, and then the bottom row is all transition shades. And I'm taking that corner shade, and I'm using that shade to set my primer. And then taking this third shade, it's a little bit deeper than that first shade we went in with, and I'm going to be applying that as my transition color in the crease, just with a bigger fluffy brush. And as I am building up the color, I'm just depositing the product, packing it on the outer corner, and then just buffing it out. And then going in with this a little bit more of like a reddish brown shade. I'm using that on a more precise brush. This is a little bit denser. It's the Morphe M433, and I'm focusing that again just right on the outer corner and then just blending it in towards the crease, and I'm not going anywhere past the middle of my lid. Then I'm going to be taking this very yellow gold shade just with my finger and applying that all over the eyelid area, and I'm just going to focus it towards the inner and the middle part of the lid, and then just kind of tap it out where it meets the brown shades. And then I wanted a little bit more definition in my crease, so I'm going with in with this matte black shade on a more super precise brush. This is an M507, I believe, by Morphe. It's super tiny and tapered. I'm using that to pack on the color, and then going back in with the 433 brush to buff it all out, and then just taking a makeup wipe and just cleaning my under eye area and sharpening out those edges. And then for lashes, I'm using Flutter lashes in the style Slayla. And before we do that, I'm just going to be prepping my lashes with mascara, and then you can go ahead and apply the lashes. What I like to do is use tweezers, and I'll deposit it just right in the center, and then make sure that's sticked on, and then I'll go ahead and move it down to the outer corner, make sure that sticks on, and then I'll focus on the inner corner. Make sure they're on, and then once they're all on, I like to squeeze the lashes with my real lashes together just to make sure it blends really nicely. I can do a more in-depth video on this if you like, on how to apply lashes. Just let me know in the comments below. Moving on to the face, I am going to be applying my primer. I'm just massaging it into my skin. This is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is the only primer I've been using lately, and I love it. And then once I'm done massaging that into the skin, I'm going to take my beauty blender, and with whatever was left on the back of my hand, I'm just going to be depositing a little bit more just to make sure it buffs out a little bit better. And then mixing these two foundations on the back of my hand. This is the NARS Sheer Glow, which is a little bit too light for me, and then the EX1 foundation, which is a little bit too dark. So I just mix the two together and then just buffing that all over my skin. Make sure that you blend it down your jawline and then down into the neck so that you're not two different colors. For concealer, I'm taking the Stila Aqua Glow Serum Concealer, and this applicator doesn't have a wand or anything, so I have to use my finger to apply it, but it's totally fine. And then my camera actually died, so I didn't get a clip of me buffing it out, but I've already set the concealer with Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, and now I'm just setting my face with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and a huge brush. Once my face is set, I'm going to contour with the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. And I'm using a Morphe E50 brush. It's just a paddle-shaped brush. And I'm doing, the way I contour is I'm just going to be creating a straight line right underneath my cheekbone. And then once there's not much product left on my brush, I'll just buff it out. And then, of course, don't forget the temples of the forehead. I always like to contour this area a little bit just to bring a little bit more shape and life back into my face. And this is optional, but I do like to contour my jawline a little bit just to intensify it and make it look nice and defined. And once you're done contouring, I'm just going to be taking, again, the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, and I'm going to be carving out my contour just right underneath the cheekbone. And while that sits, I'm going to go ahead and move on to blush. So I'm taking the Champagne Glow Face Palette by Becca and Jaclyn Hill, and I'm using the shade Rosé Spritz as my blush. And then we're going to move on to highlight. So I decided to go in with King Tut Skin Frost by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It's such a really pretty gold shade. This color is so pigmented, so I like to use a fan brush with it so it doesn't pick up a lot of the gold because it might be a little too darker for my skin. And I decided I wanted a little bit more highlight, so I'm actually going to layer Ice Cold right on top of that. And this one, I'm using a little bit more of a precise brush. This is a Morphe M501 brush. And these highlights are so bomb, you guys. They give you so much pigment and so much glow. It's honestly one of the best highlighters I've tried, next to Jaclyn Hill's. And just dusting off that excess powder, and then moving on to finish our eyes. I'm going back in with that reddish brown color and just an E18 brush. It's a pencil brush by Morphe, just smoking out my lower lash line. And then we can move on to lips. So I'm actually using Rose Madder by Jeffree Star. This color is not out until June 8th, I think, but at Morphe, we actually put it out on accident. It was our mistake. So we were selling it for about an hour or two, and I actually was able to purchase it, and then we had to take it off the floor. So I was lucky enough to get it, but it will be out soon. And then I decided I wanted a little bit more of like a peachy color to my highlight, so I'm going in with Peach Goddess by Jeffree Star. Again, on a fan brush and just depositing it. I really could not decide on my highlight, you guys. I was so indecisive. And then I'm going to take Champagne Pop and just apply that right to, oh wait, actually it's not Champagne Pop, it's Ice Cold, I'm sorry. Highlighter, just right on my inner corners. And then I'm going to be setting my face. I don't know why I was moving my head around so much. Literally, I was being so dramatic about it. But yeah, that completes this look. Let me know if you guys like this makeup tutorial, and let me know what other videos you guys would like to see next. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! There's a helicopter. Hey guys, welcome back.